So one extra tool which I don't actually need today because we're putting the crank arms back on this bike, but when I was taking the crank arms off, when we were converting the bike into a balance bike in the first place, one extra tool that you do need is a crank puller. So the crank puller has threaded, threads into the crank arm, and once it's threaded into the crank arm, this bolt will push in against the crank spindle and pop the crank off without any damage. So when it was on the bike, the crank arm would be on there, but because it goes onto a taper, it gets quite tight. It won't just pop off by hand, or it shouldn't just pop off by hand. So the crank puller that you would use would be threaded to mate up with the crank, and once that's in good and tight, you can screw in the central bolt, and that will push in against the crank spindle, and that once you tighten that, so you hold that with one spanner, tighten this with the second spanner, and that would pop the crank off. But I don't need this tool today because I'm putting the crank back on. The crank will go back on the taper quite easily just with a 40mm hex nut on a M10 thread. But for stripping it down, you would maybe want to make sure you've got a crank puller to hand.